Hello. Morning, evening, afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you're doing well this Sunday. This Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Oh my god. Fucking daylight savings. Actually, like, messing up my circadian rhythm a bit. Just a bit. Not too much. It's only un poquito, slightly. But it's fine. Oh god. But yeah. Actually, you know what? There's one good thing about daylight savings. I can technically delay shit like a bit and stuff like that a bit an hour later than I can usually. That's like the only one good thing, which I know sounds extremely sad, right? But what can you do about it? But yeah. So today's gonna be like an earlier stream, right? I did say that we'll probably have an early stream today, and I don't think it's gonna be too long, right? Obviously, we're gonna finish the 2.7 story for ZZZ, but today I don't think will be too long. Tomorrow will be a normal time stream. Give or take more normal time. I might be, let's say, like a slightly late tomorrow, but it should be more or less a normal time stream. It shouldn't be too, it won't be early. I'll like tell you the day before if it's the following day's gonna be normal, if it's gonna be late, right? So don't worry about that. But yeah. Oh god. So I don't think, yeah, I'm pretty sure like there's been no news or anything like that, right, since yesterday. Since I'm pretty sure I haven't seen anything. Also, I literally noticed that apparently, I really didn't, how do I say it? That I really haven't touched TFT in, I guess, like a month or two, right? I mean, I guess it's expected, right? After playing a certain amount of games per patch, or like after reaching a certain amount, it's like, my drive of continuing to play the current TFT set is like more or less dies, right? It's like, I think it's not. I want to say it's not a natural thing, right? What do I need for this one? Refinement, this one. Okay, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just something that I came to realization earlier today, right? Because like thinking, I was thinking something. I can't remember what exactly. But I just realized, oh shit, I haven't actually touched TFT in like some time, have I? But yeah, but I think apart from that, I've also, I guess I've been reading more of Kingdom, right? Because I did say that I've been reading Kingdom, right? That I started reading Kingdom, because it is enjoyable. Kingdom do be quite enjoyable. I think last time I talked about Kingdom, I was 60 chapters in or something. I'm now 150. I think it's 150. I could be wrong about the number, but it's somewhere along that number. It's actually a pretty decent read. I can see why it like has so many chapters, by the way. I feel like this story is actually not too bad. The main protagonist is not that annoying, because I kind of thought that the main protagonist might be, you know, kind of annoying, right? But actually, not really. Like, you've seen the growth. Okay, I'm 174 chapters in now. Yeah. Which is, I don't know, I guess I am. It's just weird because technically, in 174 chapters, I want to say it's been 2 major arcs. Which actually, now that I think about it, no, that sounds about right. 174 chapters to like have gone through 2 major arcs. Because there was the Royal Capital, which was the first arc, and I guess the first fight? I guess no, technically it's 3 arcs. If you include the first battle, And then the first battle against Zhao. It's technically 2 arcs, but it's pretty good. Been enjoying myself with it. I'm not gonna really say too much about it in case someone wants to read it, right? But so I could, because I could technically talk about spoilers of what's happened so far. So all I'll say is it's interesting. Interesting. Obviously, there's some story beats which you can kind of see, but it's interesting. I like the, let's say, like Warring States time period. I'm a sucker for that kind of like setting, right? I mean, you can literally blame you can literally blame Dynasty Warriors for that, by the way. But I yeah, just like played so much Dynasty Warriors when I was younger. I even technically still do, right? Whenever there's a new one, because that should do be fun. That should do kind of be kind of interesting. Also, the time period is like also kind of interesting too. Obviously, you don't take the freaking Romance of the Three Kingdoms per word, right? Because not all of everything that's in that is, let's say, accurate. Also, like the issue with the Romance of the Three Kingdoms is that it is a lot of Liu Bei glaze, right? Which you can kind of see why, but at the same time, it does glaze him a lot, even though Shu could have had a better future if Liu Bei, after Guan Yu's death and Zhang Fei's death, didn't, let's say, lose sight of his mission, right? But I mean, it's technically understandable, like why Liu Bei did go off course, since both Zhang Fei and Guan Yu were his twin brothers, right? And they were literally killed by, well, Guan Yu was killed by a coalition between Wei and Wu at Fan Castle, and whatchamacallit, Zhang Fei was kind of killed by, after he was betrayed by his own soldiers, right? In a tent, if I recall. Because if I recall, he was like killed in his tent. So, yeah, you can kind of. It's an interesting thing. I would always recommend, let's say, maybe like reading up on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, right? Or you could also just play the Dynasty Warriors games, right? Because they give you kind of like a good overview, right? Yeah, they do give you kind of like a good overview. Since I'm pretty sure the Romance of the Three Kingdoms goes from the start of the Yellow Turbans Rebellion and the Way of the Heaven movement to technically it goes up to the fall of Shu, kinda. But depending on, let's say, if you play, I think from Dynasty Warriors 7 onwards, it's like starts to reach after that, right? Which is when Jin gets introduced, which is I guess a force that kind of develops off from Wei, right? After specifically the Wujiang Plains, after Zhuge Liang's death, right? At the Wujiang Plains. Yeah, I mean, I will say I've like played those games a lot. God, I wish I still had my original Xbox 360, as that's where I played like Dynasty Wars. I think 4, no, definitely 5, 6, and 7, like a lot, like actually a lot, and they were like fun. They were quite fun. Obviously, the issue, let's say, with those ones are that they kind of the way the stories are set up for some of it is that let's say take Dynasty Wars 5 for example. You play character campaigns, right? So let's say you're playing Liu Bei's campaign, you're gonna play fights or do a story where kind of like it ends up with Liu Bei on top, right? So it's kind of like fantasized, right? It's only I want to say Dynasty Warriors 7 onwards, where it's more like kingdom campaigns, where it shows you actually what happened, or more or less what happened. But I think from 8 onwards, well, 8 definitely had it. In Extreme Legends, it has like a what if, right? where you do certain in certain battles. It's like secret objectives where if you complete these objectives, a certain event can be prevented, right? For an example, let me think. For example, for in one of the way missions, it's not Fun Castle. I think it's one castle. I think, but it's the one where the Anway originally dies in, right? If you do complete specific objectives in that battle, you can make it so that the Anway doesn't die in that fight, right? Which then changes the, which then has I guess a snowball effect in how the Battle of Chibi uh, changes, right? Because the reason why Wei never managed to, let's say, basically end up winning in the end and uniting all of China was because of the failure of Chibi, right? Of Red Cliffs, which, you know, if Wei actually didn't lose that fight, they probably would have won the Warring States, right? They would have unified China. But you know, Zhuge Liang and his bloody wins and the burning of the ships kind of like mess things up. Okay. Okay. Well, so why the hell am I talking about Dynasty Warriors? I mean, either way, it's like, it's a fun thing to see. I mean, there's also there's also technically the Dynasty Warriors or the Romance of the Three Kingdoms show, which is, I think, from the 90s or the early 2000s. Three Kingdoms TV series. It's a Chinese TV series from like, is it earlier then? Wait, hold on, when was 90s? Yeah. It's like it kind of like goes on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, right? I've seen a bit of it, like a few episodes. It's not bad. It's actually not that bad. It has like some entertaining bits. But obviously, like if you know some stuff about Romance of the Three Kingdoms, obviously it makes it easier to watch because you understand a lot more things, right? But yeah. Jesus Christ, what am I talking about? Like Realms of the Three Kingdoms. Okay. So let me think. I guess since it's not going to also be too long of a stream today either, chat, because I have some things to do in the evening. Let me think. In terms of news, oh, there is one thing actually. Hold up. Now that I think about it, there is one thing that kind of got announced. Where is it? Where is the... I think they posted it. Did they post it? Ah, yes, they did. Well, they kind of... I want to say drip marketed really early, which is kind of weird because they usually don't do this, but they kind of drip marketed the Valkyrie battlesuit for 8.9 when 8.8 hasn't released yet in China, because 8.8 releases next week in China, right? Yeah, so they kind of like, because here it says like May, so come next month is when the next Valkyrie will be drip marked. Well, I guess will be shown. That being said, we kind of know who it is, right? You can't not recognize this hair, this bob cut hair, right? Obviously, it's a new Celia, right? Which is gonna be, ooh, I mean, we've kind of seen her in CGs, right? So I'm wondering if her playable, let's say, design is gonna be the same as CGs, or if they're gonna alter it a bit, right? But okay, that is kind of we'll see, right? But yeah, it's weird that the drip markets are so early, because usually when the drip markets a character for like the next patch, it's more or less like halfway through the patch, right? So let's say a usual 6 month long, 6 week long patch. They'll usually job market the following character 3 weeks into it, nearly 4 weeks into the patch, right? But this time they literally job marketed up before, so it's kind of like taking the stance of kind of like HSR and ZZZ, right? Well, I guess technically HSR more, right? Because HSR is the one which job markets the characters like before the previous patch starts, if that makes sense. Because I'm pretty sure they job marketed Venencia and Silverwolf before 3.0 or 4.1 even started, right? Where was the... Yeah, this is the highlights page, so this is when 4.1 started. And Silverwolf was... and Venencia were literally job marketed just after the 4.1 special program, right? So yeah, it's interesting. So it seems like they took the HSR approach in that sense, which I guess it technically doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter in the end. It's just an oddity that I noticed, right? Okay. Let me see. I think apart from that, there's no real other updates, right? I haven't really been doing anything too interesting. I guess apart from driving, nothing else. Nothing else that can feel like stands out. Oh, actually, no, there is kind of one thing. I'm pretty sure, like mentioned some time ago, right? That for some reason my YouTube Shorts was like filled with, for some reason, different shows, clips of like different shows that I had never watched, right? I think I said this like a few months ago, right? And I think like a week or two ago, right? I like got curious and ended up starting watching one of them. I've been watching The Rookie, right? It's like a cop show, right? I don't know why I started watching it. I mean, I guess I got like curious from all the different freaking clips of it that I've seen, right? I think I'm on season 5 out of 8 seasons, so and every episode's like 40 minutes long, which is I mean it's been fine, right? I've been enjoying it, right, while doing something else at the same time, right? So it's like fine. It's just I have an issue. Once I start something, I don't really want to stop, and I don't really want to start something else while I'm doing it, right? And the issue I have is that I also recently bought, during the spring summer sale, I bought God of War, the new God of War 1 and Ragnarok, right? And also Cyberpunk. And I've also been wanting to play those, but I don't really want to start those while I'm watching The Rookie, right? I'm in season 5 now, so technically, like a week or two, maybe I should be able to do, let's say, catch up, and then I'll be able to start it, right? But I mean, it's fine. But I mean, regardless, I think this week we will be able to start Resident Evil 9 Requiem chat though. We should be able to start Resident Evil 9. And yeah, because after we finish CZ, which we'll finish today, we'll do HSR. Maybe we just rip off the wound and start HSR tomorrow, so we can finish it on Tuesday. Because I did hear that HSR, the new update, is like slightly long. So that then on Wednesday, we'd have caught up with everything, because we already did Impact 3rd, and Genshin is until the week after. But I'm pretty sure Genshin is mainly the Linnea character quest, and I guess the world quest in the new area, which we'll do. But we don't have to rush that, right? So yeah, we can more or less focus on Resident Evil Requiem this week, after probably starting Wednesday, right? And hopefully finish it by Sunday. Alright, and some of those streams will be like a bit longer, and may also start earlier. We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of like the schedule. Yeah, that's the schedule, I guess. Okay. Okay. Hold on, let me. And I guess we should just start the 1.2.7 story. Yeah, let's just start the 2.7 story actually. Wait, do we need to do anything in Enfield? Not really. It's just Rosie that's coming out tomorrow, right? I guess it's Rosie, and I guess it's Rosie's character story. It's fine. Well, I guess we'll do the character stories we'll do these character stories, don't worry. We'll do them at some point. We'll actually do them, and I won't leave them like I've done with What story, character stories, because, yeah. Okay, let me think. Yeah, I can't think of any preamble, any other preamble on the top of my head right now. Let me think, chat. Oh my god, something escaped from my head just now. No, I can't remember. Alright, I guess let's, see. I guess let's try and go over what happened yesterday in 2.7. With Cecia's story, and I guess... Yeah, I mean, it's mainly Cecia, right, for now. But it hasn't just been... What I've kind of liked so far is, while Cecia is like, let's say, the new character, it hasn't just been solely focused on her, right? It's been focused on kind of like everything, right? And what's really nice is it's pretty much a good focus on Fathian, right? On Belle, right? Because the main reason why we've been doing this is because of Fathian. Because it's of the eyes, right? And the porcelaroy metal, which seems to subdue the effects of, I guess, ether overdrive is what I'm calling it, right? That we seem to have, that we seem to be afflicted by, right? Which the only reason we know that porcelaroy does this is because of the small bamboo keychain that Dania and Vilra, whatever her name was, the big tittied elf girl, showed us yesterday, right? And the only way to get another sample of this is to win the Halo Championship, where one of the grand prizes is a engine made fully of a porcelaroy, right? And so we just have to win the competition. But it looks like we've met some interesting characters, that mainly being Ramiel, which is like, Ramiel is... Yeah. I mean, she's obviously probably going to be released next patch, but who knows when. They might do what they did with Yishuan, right, where they release her in 3.0. You know how Yishuan was released in 3.0. But we'll see. And I guess the thing is that, well, I guess we teamed up with Cecia because Nicole can't come in, and so Cecia's kind of like substituting. And yeah, I guess it's mainly that we are in the competition, but some people seem to be running in the background, right? Because Roel, I think is the guy's name, right? The Therian that went around killing some participants, right? Because he was working with one of the top groups that sponsors the competition. Because apparently that person wanted to call some of the contestants, right? But Roel kind of took too much of a violent approach, right? And so Roel kind of like noticed that, they want to take him out, right? So he's gonna do something. What is he gonna do? We don't know. Probably gonna lash out, but we'll see. As for Ramiel, all we know is that she also seems to be interested in the porcelaroy Wenjin. But apart from that, we don't really know too much about her. I guess we know that she's a slight gamer, but apart from that, not really. And that she's hot. But yeah, apart from that, we don't really know too much about her. Let me think. No, and I guess one of the other main things was that we learned about Cecia, right? About Cecia and her character. of how she's originally from the Outer Ring, similar to like how the other Sons of Kalans are, right? But what Cecilia saw was that she was more like I guess like a scavenging orphan, right? Where she just changed from location to location, right, and encountered the Sweepers, which were a force of the old Caledon, who basically were a cleanup crew, let's say, and They were tasked with by Caledon to remove any unnecessary personnel, let's say, right? And Roel, the Tharian, working with the Tops, was one of them, but also Promia, right? And Cecia managed to survive by running away from everything, right? That's why Cecia has a very much survivalist, let's say, personality, right? But she's fun, she's cute. I like Cecia. Gameplay wise, it's okay. I do like how some of her animation works, but I need to play her a bit more to see if I really do like playing her or not. Right. And overall, it's not too bad. And I guess in terms of like, let's say, the competition wise, because Roa went around killing a lot of contestants, it got kind of delayed. And now we're gonna like continue on to part 2 of the tournament, right? Oh, and I guess by us being a proxy in this, we're using the HDD and I and the lens things, which obviously is putting a strain on us, right? And I think if I remember, Belle saw a vision of Belle saw a vision, or kind of like a memory, where her hands were golden, and something about we must take the sun, but Icarus already has the sun. Fathian Icarus already has the sun. Which doesn't really tell us much, but yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like a not straightforward theory of what happened yesterday. If you have any questions, like I always say, feel free to ask. I should be able to answer most of them. But yeah, if not, give me like a minute and then we'll start the story. I'll continue the story, right? Be back, chat. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what do we have to go to continue? Alright, we have to go to the store to talk to Cecilia. Right. Volume should be fine, I think. Yeah, sounds fine. Okay, let's continue. Oh, I've also noticed this. Usually, when there's like two upgrade characters on a patch, both characters usually end up being in the story. So far, Nangong has not been in the story at all. Right? I'm assuming she's probably going to be relegated to just the event story. Right, because technically it makes no sense for Nangon to be, let's say, involved in any of this, right? Because she's just part of the Angels of Delusion. She doesn't really, let's say, her involvement, I want to say, in the overarching story doesn't really go further than just like a sub story. Not sub, but sub story, right? I don't think the Angel of Delusions will be majorly involved in the future. Maybe for like some side stuff, right? I guess you could say maybe not because of what happened with Yokai, but no, I think that they might not be in comparison, let's say, like the other ones, right? Like Bellabok, Industries, Cunninghurst, Naps, Hands, freaking Yankee Summit, right? Hmm. Oh, and Victoria Housekeeping. I think that's all of them. Oh, and the Sons of Caledon, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see. So the city, please. I will give her breakfast. Okay. A whole bunch of lights on. Okay. She just wants to raid the fridge. She really is a snake, isn't she? Huh. Wait, is she talking about the cat foods? Alright, she eats like pet food, doesn't she? Because in the cinema event from last patch, she said that she ate some dog food, right? And like the different taste to it. Right. Severian. I'm assuming he'll become more prevalent next. No, not next patch, but in the future, right? Because I don't think they'll not make him playable. Nope. Hello, Commissioner Severian. You really do have eyes everywhere. Oh, an actual compliment. Odds of survival. Those faded ethereals, what exactly is the deal with them? They all have a feather on them, right? Could it be Ramiel's feathers? Hmm. So they've kind of become like vegetables, right? Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ramiel who's the one that's causing this, right? Internal call. What? They got stolen? Oh, it's probably Raoul, right? That sleepwalker. Okay. Turn the TV on for the recording. Amid the burst of harsh static, the television screen flickers to life. Okay, so it is him. Ramiel, right. Ramiel, not Raoul. God, his voice is like so quiet though. The you. Oh, his employers. Or rather, ex-employee, but yeah. Employer, rather. That's where the recording of the deranged fugitive ends. Staring at the now dark TV screen in shock, you return to your conversation with Severian. He do be just killing left and right, isn't he? I don't think I don't think we've really met anyone who's been as murder hobo as he has, right? I guess you can say Sarah, maybe. Sarah killed quite a few people. Oh no, they're Postelori Wenjin. No, we're not gonna leave her. May I join the operation to assist Cecilia? That'll be fine. It's enough. Not enough time. That might be already be too late. Yep. No, she's not up for this. So I'm assuming we're probably gonna run into everyone.
すぐにビリーと連絡を取ろう。カリドーンの子のメンバーも最近は街にいるはずだ。
じゃ、晴れて出発ってことで。
Okay, just so we're clear, I'm not that strong, okay? If we run into some seriously tough enemy, might not be able to protect you, so we gotta be ready to bail at any moment. Just let me know when you're ready, and if you're gonna bail, let me know too. Sure, let's head out. Oh, we can use other characters with CCR. Oh.
それ足じゃなきゃダメな感じ？
What? When another character is stun cards, huh? Increases all squad members' critical damage by 40%. Okay, so something like this? Yeah, sure. Ramiel picked the same hollow that was supposed to be used for the competition to toss his prizes. Is there some significance behind this? You won't get anywhere with just by sitting around thinking. Search the hollow for the prizes and any traces of Romeo. Whether he's scheming, you get to the bottom of it if you keep digging. Okay. Smells like blood. できれば1秒でも早くこっから頑張る反撃。商品の近くには戦士が集まってるはずだよ。人が多い場所に行こう。まずはこの辺りを見よう。Okay, a lot of fissures. Oh, Billy. No, but you know, we have to make you. I'm okay, long story though. Anyway, can you lend me a hand? 体には気をつけるね。時間がないせいで詳しく説明できなくてごめん。みんな力を貸してくれる？もちろんだぜ。店長にはあの温度機が必要だったんだろ。なら俺様が取り戻しに行かない理由なんてね。ここに集まった奴らだって当然同じ気持ちだ。パイセンがいると。喋る必要がなくて楽っすね。Silent bodyguard, okay. 俺は寡黙なボディーガードに徹するさ。この大会でカリュドーンの子を天下に知らしめるつもりでしたのに、とんだ厄介事が起きてしまったようですわね。こうなってしまった以上、とことん暴れてやりますわよ。市内に来ていなかったシーザーたちは、今頃郊外からこちらへ急いでいるはずでしたよ。Heading from the outer ring. Okay, so we have reinforcements on the way. それはそうと、もうその辺に商品が転がってんな。ついでになんか倒れてるのもいるけど。いや、俺らが裂け目を抜けた時にはもう床で伸びてやがった。ご丁寧に手足の関節まで外されてな。Ramiel, right? Yeah, it's Ramiel. こいつらのお顔をよーくご覧遊ばせ。ファントム、ヘッジホップ、ガーデナー。マジ？じゃあこいつら全員しょっぴーって言えば、新鮮で2回目のってこと？治安局に衣食住全部任せて、あの大魔王を顎で使えちゃうかもしんないの？激アツなんですけど。She is, okay. She's delusional, but at least she's hopeful. お目覚めの時間ですわよ、あなたたち。どう見ても正規の選手には思えませんけれど。 Ghost blades.
無敗のチャン
Okay.
ピオンの拳は目覚めに効くんですの。
The Black Wolf. Okay, it's just Ramiel.
商品の横で待ち伏せてたらわけのわからんやべえやつに襲われたんだ。何が起きてたわからんうちに手足が言うことを聞かなくなっちまった。
The best person who show suddenly she popped everyone. Yeah, it's Ramiel. Oh, never mind. It's Ramiel. Ramiel did this. Pinkhead girl. Ramiel did this.
いろいろだけど、大会絡みとなると、この間のラミルが真っ先に思い浮かぶね。
あなたは黙っててよろしくてよ。そこのまだ人の言葉が喋れるあなた。
どこへ行ったのか知らんが、散らばった商品の中から
Oh, she really took something. A little box. Check for the price, pal.
小さな箱。ピンク髪が私の思ってる人なら。
After rummaging around, you finally find the aforementioned box. The box is empty, but judging from the inside, it's definitely contained the Wenjin. This is definitely the box for the Porcelaroy and Wenjin, but it's empty now.
やっぱり温動器がこの箱に入ってたってことは確定っぽいね。
けど何？そのピンク髪が持ってったんじゃないってこと？商品はお尋ね者たちが見張ってたのに。そんなのロームル当人に決まってますわね。かつての大会会場は今やあの男がルールを書き換えてまで実現したかった混沌のるつぼそのものですけれど。
やっこさん、犯行予告じゃ随分浮き足立ってたぞ。ケツをまくって逃げるのに
But why take the Wenjin?
混沌を楽しむ余裕はないんじゃ。
I think only Ramiel and us were interested in it,
頭を
right?
働かせなさい、ライト。逃げを打たなきゃいけないようなやつがわざわざ商品の山を抱え込んだのはどうしてだと？
I mean, he's trying to bait someone.
他にもっといい方法があるはず。
It's like he's hiding Leaf in the forest.
森がないなら作ればいいってやつ？その理屈だと商品の山は商品を隠すためのものってことだ。
小難しい問答はともかく、問題はあいつがその温動機で何をするかってことだろ。まあいい方に考えりゃ商品の山を片っ端からひっくり返していく必要はなくな。
Cicia, can you find him?
シシア、あんたの力であいつを追えない？
当然できるに決まってんじゃん。言ったっしょ、マジ君の出番とかないから。じゃあ温動機の箱貸して。ロームルが温動機を持ってったんなら当然それにもそっとっしょ。見せてあげようじゃない。ヘビのシリオンの力。
Oh, there's two. I guess one's Ramiel and one's Ramiel.
なんで痕跡が枝分かれしてんですけど。ロームル
Yeah, there should be Ramiel and Ramiel.
無駄ですわ。お忘れになって。ピンク髪だってその箱に触れてるんですもの。
するってと、片方はこの隠れた裂け目に入って。
そんなのわかんないって。
Not a doggy.
足じゃないし。
Mm-hmm.
なら二手に分かれるとするか。そうすりゃ少なくともどっちかはロームルの野郎に出くわすだろ。
だな、俺とライト、それにルーシーは裂け目の方に行こうぜ。店長、ヘビの姉ちゃんとこのまま進んでくれねえか。
I think the fish is bait, right? Why split up like
いい
this?
けど、なんでそういう分け方になったの？
俺様の見立てじゃ、裂け目の向こう側は
Hmm.
結構なエーテル活性だ。
I'm pretty sure it's bait.
ええ、こっちが道に迷いそうな時は通信で助けを求めますわ。
Then please stay safe out there.
分かった。じゃあくれぐれも気をつけてね。
お、そんじゃ行動開始だ。
Stop saying that discriminant.
大丈夫だぜヘビの姉ちゃん。 しね。
わかってるし。てかこいつらを逮捕するのは捜査官たるアーシであって、お手柄も自動的にアーシのもんだから。ピンク髪とかマジ
Let
NG
me
な
get
の
the.
に。
Okay. Then Billy, Lucy, and Lighter leave.
ビリーたちガイドなしで大丈夫かな。
Hmm.
大丈夫っしょ。むしろアーシュラがロームルと出くわした時の心配した方がいいかも。
And that's exactly what's gonna happen.
正面からやり合う気ないから、あっても隠れる。んで助けを呼ぶ。オッケー。
その辺は任せるよ。ここまだまだやる気十分って感じの参加者多いし。
これくらいは余裕かな。おとなしく捕まっときなよ。
Into the portal, and where do we get sent to?
この
Oh,
裂け目に続いてる
portals into portals.
行こう。通ったらもう一回ビリーたちに連絡してみるよ。
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was that one.
隊長、そっちは大丈夫か？
It's empty. Am I like moving too fast? Maybe. Okay. Oh, I was gonna think, can we like skip the fight? Okay, we can't.
メートルの痕跡を避けないで
Okay. Hmm? There's more prizes, or who are they ganging up on?
ストップってばプロキシ君。
Wait, why do you look so tense?
どうしたの？私たちが追ってる痕跡はあっちの裂け目に続いてるんでしょ？
違くて、あそこの見るからにヤバそうな3人が見えないわけ。
You could take them down, right?
うん。見るからに堅気じゃないね。完全に安全なルート。
Yeah, I mean they're just mobs, so it should be fine.
でも当てにしていいんでしょ？
はあ、3人に勝てるわけないっしょ。アーシは1人なんだよ。割に合わなすぎ。バカ言ってないで遠回りしよう。ほら、言った。
Yeah, that's when Severian. Cool. Cut the call.
バカ早く切ってってば。無理。アーシのこの通信機。
Can't hug up on him.
こっちからは絶対切れないし、しばらくしたら勝手に
The modified.
シーシア捜査官、報告がないようだが、現在こちらはフォローに入り、直接現場で指揮を執っている。
ですね、観察。
さっきから声がするな。いたぞ、女が2人。どっちも見ねえ顔だな。
アーシ、これから戦います。はい。
死にたがりが2人増えたぜ。ちょうど暴れたり。
Severed finger Scarface.
フィンガー、
Judicator.
交戦対象は3名か。指名手配されている者もいるようだが、本来の任務からは逸脱するとはいえ、新エリートの脅威を取り除くことは
She's gonna get a bonus.
だが、君が進んでこの責務を遂行するとはな、評価を改める必要がありそうだ。
Why does he sound proud?
任務を忘れるな。
観察官切らないで。応援を送ってくださいよ。プロキシ君、今までマジありがとね。
She really underestimates herself, huh?
最後まで守ってあげたかったな。
I have a plan. Play along.
あいつらのこと指名手配って言ってた？あんたたちブラックウルフが集めた犯罪者だね。私たち治安局の方から来たの。他のメンバーは全員無力化したよ。さもないとこちらのシーシア治安官があんたたちを床のシミにするから。
そうそう、マジこすっても取れない汚れに。足が
笑わせんな。その女がか。生っ白い蛇のシリオンじゃねえか。
Unless the criminals you just ran
それ
into.
はファントムのこと？それともヘッジホッグ？ あ、ガーデナーとかいうのもいたっけ。もっと上げた方がいい？
バカ言え。はったりに決まってら。あ
Hmm.
いつらは俺らよりも手に負えねえ凶悪犯罪者だぞ。
Show the photo Cecil took.
そっか。あんまセンシティブなやつは見せたくなかったけど。
I guess her taking the
あんた
picture
た
is
ちには女
was
王へ
actually
の
quite
敬意
useful.
ってやつが足りないね。さあ、このグロ画像が目に入らぬか。
死んでる。
Boom! A thunderous crash echoes nearby, startling everyone. This kind of sounds like Piper's still tusk. Oh, Piper's here.
今のとんでもねえ音は。エテリアスか。それとも地震か。
Make up something wild.
あんたたち最後に
Gunganir
チャンスを逃し
spear.
ちゃったね。
Okay.
あれはシーシア様の専用
Gunganir sure.
グニルの槍が解放された音だよ。
Leyline explosion. What is it?
おしまいってわけ。
勘弁してくれジャンカン様。せめて手足が動くうちに豚箱に入りて。
俺も自首するぞジャンカン様。あのイカれた3人が見るも無残だ。
I guess laughing helps sometimes.
はい、手錠は自分でかけちゃって。それとあーしのことはシーシア様って呼ぶこと。
ヘイシーシャー様。
その調子。じゃあ次。
偉大なる治安官シーシア様。
完全懲悪をなし、新エリートの平和を守る偉大
It's like now she's pushing it.
完全懲悪をなし新エリートの平和を守る偉大なる治安官シーシア様。
The chant comes from all around, the injured contestants staring at Cecil with hero worship in their eyes.
いいん治安官。これマジ最高すぎるっしょ。治安官って呼ばれるのこんなに気持ちよかったんだ。
ふざけやがって。てめえら犯罪者として
Oh
プライ
boy.
ドってもんはねえのか。グニルってなんだよチキショウ。
まだ足に逆らうんだ。いいよ。
Okay.
やる。こんな手を
Let's fight the mob.
見た目ほどいい子ちゃんじゃないんだ。
プロ騎士としてやってきたんだもん。奥の手の一つや二つはね。
ペガミンたちがあしらを見るね。崇拝って感じ。
Okay, proxy the ether traces of the box on the are pointing towards the fissure. We gotta go through to keep track of if we want to track where it went. Before pushing on, let's give Billy a call. We contact Billy again through the communicator and throw him into the situation. The chaotic sounds of battle blare from his end is clearly total mess over there too. So you're heading towards the fissure, manager? No problem, we'll reconnect once you're through. CC, keep the manager safe. Okay. Of course, well, things are pretty safe on our end, but why is it so loud on your side? Trust Billy and let's get through. So who are we going to encounter on the other side? Okay, we're in an outer ring area. All good here. What about you guys?
順調だよ。ビリー、そっちはどう？
敵がうじゃうじゃいる以外は順調だな。ルートもシンプルなもんだ。おっとないと背中がおるすだぜ。
あっちは心配いらなそうじゃん。ほら行こう。あの裂け目から出られんでしょ。
Okay. Oh, there's more feathers.
あっちと比べると確かにこっちは楽勝だよね。
Why is she jinxing it?
エーテル活性が低いし、エーテリアスも少ない。てか人の気配なくない？
確かに。ちょっと変だね。
片付いたっと。エーテルの痕跡はあれ？見て見てプロ騎士君。この辺エーテル活性がずっとしなしなな。
So I wonder what it is. Did it get sucked, or is it like the ether energy just being blocked? The faded traces along our tracking routes. Were they led to by Romeo or Ramiel?
シーシアの辿ってる痕跡がラミルとロームルどっちのかわかんないとはいえ、
まあそんな感じ。どうやって絞り込んだらいいかは相変わらずピンとこないけど。
Can't promise anything, just give me a little more time.
私だってこんなのを見るのは初めてだし、ちょっと時間をくれる？
It's the feathers that's on them.
オッケー。けどあんまし長いできないかんね。こうしてる間にもロームルはマジダッシュしてるかもだし。てかさ、アステバ今日はつきまくりじゃない？お尋ね者を一網打尽にして上司にも褒められちゃって。パンピーのみんなは足をチヤホヤしてくれるし、しかもずっと追いかけてたモノクロ事件にも巧妙が差しまくってるわけじゃんね。やっと上司にまともな
She
報
has
告ができるんですけど。
a wild imagination, doesn't she?
上司になっちゃうんじゃない？
Happy for you.
確かに。
Well, she's an optimist, if anything.
私たち本当は別々の目的だったはずなのに。
もうそんな真面目に返事してくんなくていいって。そう考えるとプロ騎士くんにもちょっとは感謝しなきゃって思うわけ。最初は何にでも首を突っ込むからマジ危けど、それはそれとしてあし監察官のために働いてて意義なんてこれっぽっちも感じたことないわけ。あの人はアーシの追跡能力が必要で、アーシは生活を保障してほしいっていう超ビジネスな関係っしょ。
But you pull rank every chance you get, though.
何かあるたんびにああ知ってばマジ治安局の人間だしとか。
だから君はアーシじゃなくてエーテリアスの相手してあげて。とにかくアーシが言いたいのは君がはったりかましてくれたおかげで治安官のアーシに悪党がビビったりパンピーがお礼を言ってくれたりしたっしょ。初めてだったからそういうの。この町にはアーシよりも雑魚な人がたくさんいて、だからマジありがとねプロ騎士くん。
You make a good public sec officer.
きっと本当にみんなから慕われる治安官さんになれるよ。今日じゃないけどね。
きっと最後で台無しじゃん。まあいいや。それで何か分かった感じ？
Hmm?
なんか
Oh, she sits on her tail.
待ってね。シーシア、もう一回セベリアンさんに。シーシオ？
Oh, Premiere. Ooh. Oh, it's her. Is she freezing them? No. Ooh. Hey. Okay. Oh shit, she just caught them. Hey. Oh.
終わりだ。
Oh, okay.
確かに警告したはず。
Okay, so okay, so I guess she took off the handcuffs, right?
進んで巻き込まれに来たのだから文句は言わない。
Cece trembles as she struggles to stand, staggering to stand in front of Premiere.
アシラ、どうしても手に入れなきゃいけないもんがあんの。邪魔すんなし。
Cece, stop.
シーシア、武器を下ろして。これ以上この人と戦っちゃダメ。
知ってる。いつもこうなんだよね。
Yeah, Yeah, everything was like too smooth, wasn't it?
すぐ調子に乗ってさ。でもプロ騎士君に手出したらマジ許さないかんね。出すわけがない。そういう命令だから。だがお前の運命はお前が手を引くかどうか次第だ。
So she's seeing. Well, I guess it makes sense that she's seeing orders. What does Krampus really want?
プロメイヤーだったよね。あんたの、いや、黒枝の狙いは何なの？
あの男など眼中にもない。
Ramiel?
この色あせたエーテリアス。
Okay, so it is Ramiel that's her target. You and Public Psycho are investigating the same thing?
色あせたエーテリアスを？なら、どうして私たちを攻撃してきたわけ？
トップスのことは黒枝が処理する。他者の介入など必要なく、許容もしない。それが治安局であれ。我々を差し置いて枝を倒ることは許されない。
These faded ethereals are connected to tops.
この大会がトップスの公演を得ていることは周知の事実だよね。
So they're connected to the tops, huh?
教えられることはない。どうする？まだ勝ち負け決まってないのに。
Premiere raises her weapon and Cecil takes the battle stance in response. That's when an incoming transmission interrupts Premiere. She glances down at her phone.
命令が変わった。もう邪魔はしない。お前たちに枝が伸びることは当面ない。今しがたの無礼は詫びておく。
プロメイヤー。
話は終わりだ、シーシア。先ほどの短歌は悪くなかった。
Premiere takes a sample of the feather on the ethereals before she turns and leaves.
絶対死んだと思った。マジなんだろうあいつ。
How about it? Are you hurt?
命令って何だったんだろう。よくわかんないけど命拾いしたね。
なんともないけど、さっきのは怪我した
Oh,
だけだし。
okay.
万
Okay,
が
that sounds like her.
油断してくれたらなーとか思ってたら、マジ万に一つの隙もなかったからね。さあ、あしらも行こう。ロームルはほっといちゃいけないんだしね。それにあいつの気が変わって引き返してきたら、今度こそ蛇刺しにされちゃう。モノクロエーテリアスはまあ後でもいいっしょ。なんなら観察官直々に調べに来てもらえばいいし。
Everything except for the last part I agree with. I'll contact Billy.
聞かなかったことにしとくね。出発する前にビリーに連絡入れとこう。
おー店長、やっと連絡ついたぜ。
We're okay.
ごめんね。こっちもなかなか大変で。けどもう大丈夫だから。
それがさっきまでずーっとエーテリアスをしばいてただけだ。とはいえこのルートは脇道もほとんどねえから楽だったぜ。
プロ騎士君、この辺漂ってるエーテルの痕跡だけど。
It's a fissure. Okay. Then let's go.
どうしんしゃ。
Let's each go through.
それじゃあビリー、お互い目の前の裂け目を通り抜けよう。いい？裂け目を抜けたらまずはルートの確認。異常があったらすぐに引き返して。
了解。全速力で前進。
Okay. I guess we're here then. Oh, we got up. On slash met up. The two routes lead to the same place. Such a pain not being able to use my eyes.
わざわざ二手に分かれたのに結局一つになっちゃうの？
ま、合流する手間が省けたろう。
That's true.
固まって動けるならそれに越したこともない。
ええ、ブラックウルフとピンクガニがどちらもこの辺りにいるということでもありますもの。そこら中ひっくり返して探し出してやりますわ。
Okay.
やば。あ、明日はプロ騎士官を守るために頑張りすぎちゃったかも。
心配すんなって。どの道頭数ならこっちが有利なんだ。
やれーじゃなくて。
Okay.
マジありがとねビリー。今の足じゃ足でも。
てるの痕跡は
Okay, let's see.
おかしいな。さっきみたいに痕跡が2つあるのが普通
There's
なの
only
に
one trail.
1個しかないじゃん。
They're working together?
ルートが消えた。本物のブラックウルフにたどり着けるよう祈るしかありませんわね。
時計がねと思ったお出ましか。
Okay. Oh, okay, never mind. The knock, maybe?
うっとうしい小バイどもが来た。おお、この俺を追ってこれるとは驚きだぜ。
Enough talks right now and hand over the engine.
オタクなら結構だよ。その喉は取り調べのために取っといたら。
その温度機とやらは
Romeo pulls out the porcelain engine.
こんなちっぽけなおもちゃのためにわざわざご苦労なこと。
Hmm.
いいからとっととよこせっつってんの。
やめとけよお嬢さん。あの野郎にこっちの事情を教えてやる義理なんざ。
人をイライラさせるのがうめえやつだ。そんなに覚えづれえ名前でもねえだろ。
Sunglasses? Why sunglasses specifically?
どいつもこいつもヘラヘラしやがって。殺してやる。ここでてめえらを皆殺しにして、その足で俺を切り捨てやがった上の連中に俺。
うっさ
Okay.
いですわね。わめき散らさないとアドレナリンが分泌されないんですの。
Who are they and what do they have to do with the engine?
治安局に協力すればまだ点検の
Hmm.
余地があるかもしれ
She's
ない。
hopeful.
身の安全も保証してもらえる。上の連中って誰？
連携だといくら減らされようともう死刑は免れねえくらい。
Another backer.
だがもらい手ならもう
Okay.
見つけたんだ。今のでちった気分が良くなった。いくつか教えてやろう。連中はこの大会を利用して
A plan.
計画を企んでやる。俺は連中の通信記録を山ほど
Selection. Okay, so that's why they wanted the coal, right?
果たす役割は、そして連中の計画にとって最後のピースになるのがこの温度機だ。
The real. So whoever's after the post.
秋ってやつ。
Oh, they probably want to target whoever knows the truth about the alloy, right?
だがそれももう俺の
That's probably what they wanted, and why they put that as a prize. So no one who knows about it will go after it.
止まってやがった罰が当たったな。さて、連中が誰か気になってきた。
ごたごた言ってねえで。
教えるわけねえだろ。この
Hmm. Okay, let's kill him.
わかんねえもどかしさを抱えて死ねえな。そのポカンとした顔のまま土の下に埋めてやれ。
Remember those last words of yours?
それがあんたの遺言なら言わない方がマシだったんじゃない？
なんか店長ちょっと飲むうちに口が悪くなってねえか。
Okay, so actually fighting him now.
マジであの悪党とやんの？運動機はこっそり取っちゃえばよくない？
警備の連中店長
Oh, so this is kind of thing.
ここまで来ちゃったんだし、足も全力で戦え。出会い尽くし。
なるほど。尻尾を巻いて逃げなかったことを後悔するぞ。大会で見させなくて。
Oh, right, I was meant to counter him the whole time there. Whoops. Okay. They should stun? Jesus Christ, she builds stun so quickly, doesn't she? What? Okay, he took me out of the sky. Okay. Didn't know he could do that, but sure. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. And there's the engine. Oh. Flashbang? Nope. Okay, so it was Ramiel who can, like, freeze everyone. Ooh.
次はもう優しくしちゃダメだよ。
Oh. Ooh, that smell she has there.
今のは
温度計は
持ってかれた。
マジか、温度計がね。
今のはラミル？
Okay, so Rambo. Okay. For today's news, next up we have an incident with the Hollow Champion competition. With the suspect, Ramiel, now in custody, the unrest surrounding the competition has largely subsided. It is reported that some of the prizes remain missing, though the organizers have yet to disclose further details. Prime suspect Ramiel, male, has been operating as a mercenary in the Outer Ring for years. He's facing multiple charges, including murder, theft, and stealing classified intel. Recently, the Hollow Athletics League held a press conference announcing the suspension of the competition. The event will be rescheduled at a later date, and the organizers issued an apology to the public for the unrest that occurred during the competition. At the press conference, the spokesman addressed Ramiel's allegations that his killing spree was ordered and condoned by Rusty Cliff Corp, dismissing the claim as slander lacking any supporting evidence. The spokesperson stated that Rusty Cliff Corp, as the event organizer, has always prioritized bringing people a competition that pushes limits while maintaining safety in the Hollows, and would never arrange any events that could endanger participants' lives. Ramiel stole and hid the prize. Some are yet to be recovered, yet he used violent methods that caused casualties, and now, after getting arrested, he's attempting to spin the narrative to shift the public attention and weasel out of his crimes. The spokesperson stated that Rusty Cliff Corp will reorganize the tournament ASAP and run through background checks on all contestants to make sure nothing like this happens again. Furthermore, both Rusty Cliff Corp and the public sec have refused to disclose which prison Ramiel is being held in. The reporter contacted several major prisons throughout the New Erdu, all of which stated they had no inmate named Ramiel. And now for another news update.
あれだけ注目されていた大会にしては何とも言えない幕切れだったな。苦労してロームルを捕まえたにもかかわらず、例の温度計はどこかへ行ってしまうし、治安局で一晩缶詰にされて家に帰ってこれたと思えばこのニュース。やるせないことこの上なしだ。リン、治安局では聞けなかったけれど、あの時本当は何があったんだい？実は温度計をポケットに入れていたりは？
Pretty much exactly what we told them.
だいたいセベリアンさんに話した通りだよ。ロームルを見
説明でセベリアンさんが納得したのも
I think he already had a suspect in
多
mind.
分もう容疑者の目星がついてるんだと思う。まあ私もだけどね。
Oh, so we have to find Ramiel then.
証拠はないよ。でもあの瞬間隣にいたような気がするの。
Hmm.
そんな離れ技ができるならあのモノクロになったエーテリアスたちもまさか。
プロキシ君いる？
Y-
入るかね？
偉いじゃないかシーシアちゃんと玄関から入ってこれるようになったんだな
当然っしょ。ホローから出たばっかで一晩中こき使われたんだし。
Okay, so she is actually just.
美味しい朝ごはんとふかふかのベッドを堪能する権利がある
Is she actually crashing with us
そう
now?
そう大魔王から君らに伝言。犯人はラミルだけど
Ramiel doesn't
ラミルなんてや
exist.
つは存在しない。
何
Huh?
要するに
Oh.
全部偽物だったってこと。名前住所
I guess that's not surprising.
証から何から何まで全部デタラメで、そんなやつを例によって足が合わなきゃいけないわけ。まあ今はどうでもいいんだけど、なんたってああしてはオフだから。てかプロキシ君はどうな？
I'm great. All thanks to you, CCO.
治安官シーシア様のおかげでね。目の力をほとんど使わなくて済んだこともあって、今はマジでいい感じだよ。治安官様って響きやっぱたまんないな。
じゃあ朝ごはんを食べに行こうラミルのことを考えるのはまず満腹になってからでもいいだろう
先生なんでもいいけど卵マシマシでよろしく。
Cece is still basking in the joy of having breakfast together when Y suddenly shoots you a look. While Cece isn't paying attention, Wise leads you to a secluded corner of the house. Well, I know you're holding back because you don't want us to worry. Cece shouldn't overhear us here. Tell me what's really going on, okay? Don't worry about me worrying. We both have the same implants, so I've got a pretty good idea of how you're dealing with what you're dealing with right now. But be honest with me. How many more times can you use your ability, your eyes, pathfinding, and consciousness link abilities? No more than 10 times. Wise goes quiet for a while, then he starts muttering to himself. His voice catching at first, but quickly shifting to contemplation. Whispers, Velina, no contact info, Mayor Mayflower, completely out of contact as of late. I shouldn't have disabled the HDD connection config. How long is it going to take to reestablish a stable connection? Gotta calculate this. Leave tracking down Ramiel to me as long as I can find her before my eyes give out. The Wenjin can cure my symptoms. But are you certain you can do it by then? I know finding her and getting the Wenjin back is top priority right now, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna let my sister charge in and put herself at risk. If we establish partial connection with the HDD, we could co-op it. How you mean? I'll record and transmit the data from the holo, and you calculate the routes and transmit it back from the outsides. And with that, then I'd only need about half an hour to establish the connection with the HDD, and you would the need to use your eyes anymore. Freya and I could handle the route calculations instead. Well then, given the circumstances, this really is the most reasonable approach, but once we get that Wenjin back, I won't let you go into the proxy alone again, into the holo alone again. You're just gonna stay an armchair proxy for a long time, Belle, just like before. Alright, Wise. Okay, let's track down the suspicious lady who took our Wenjin as soon as possible. I'll get to work reestablishing the partial connection with the HDD, then have Ferry pull up everything we know on Ramiel. Oh, I almost forgot about Cecia. Maybe we should bring her over and have breakfast right in front of the HDD. Meanwhile, somewhere nearby. These two again.
どうかしら。結果はその通りだけど、家庭の方はずいぶん予想を外してしまったもの。
I was wondering when they'd show up again.
けれど、これで少なくともはっきりしたわ。彼女は。
Ramiel then. So also no Ramiel.
来てしまっている。つまり、ロスカリファへと戻ってくる前に。
Ross Khalifa.
私たちはどんな代償を支払ってでも。
Didn't they? Wasn't Ross Khalifa the freaking? Ross Khalifa is this island in the sky. Oh. So she's from Ross Khalifa. Wait, that was Sunbringer's domain. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I was like wondering, like after we beat Ramiel, I was wondering what is going to be the part B of this patch. I know like it's going to be to do with Ramiel, but I wasn't too sure. Okay, but now I have an idea of like what the second part's going to be about. Okay. So I guess second part is going to be about Ramiel, and then heading to this somehow us needing to go to the sky. Okay. Okay. Not too bad, I wanna say. Let me think. Okay, I did kind of like 2.7. 2.7 is quite nice. It's very focused on proxies. It like brings like different factions that you already know, which Cunning has, and what's his name? Sons of Paladins, right? And I guess a bit of PubSec, mainly CCR. And also introduces a new faction with Norma and Valina, right? With the Marcel group expanding a bit more. And I guess also Ramiel, but we don't know what faction she's affiliated with. We can assume she's affiliated with maybe Sunbringer, right? Because the island in the sky is Sunbringer's domain. Okay. Interesting. Not too bad, I want to say. It leaves you at intrigue. I want to say that this epilogue is more interesting than the Mockingbird epilogue, right? With Hugo and Vivian. Okay. I liked it. I think I liked it overall. Okay. Let me see. What time is it right now? It is gonna be 5 o'clock. Hold on, let me think. I'm probably thinking of finishing around 6 chats. I'm like today's stream is not gonna be too long. I guess what we can do is, since it's Sunday, we can hop onto, let's say, some of the weekly things. I guess we can do, well, one's easy. We can just go quickly do Hollow Zero. Okay, I guess before we do that chat, let's give me like, I guess 1 or 2 minutes so I can go take a piss and then we'll continue, okay?